Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marjorie and this is Jetersblessings. In today's video I am participating in an open playlist that is hosted by Zana from OK at Home DIY, Connie from Connie's Creative Creations, and the guest host is Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. Please check out the link below in my description box for the playlist so you can watch all the other creators. So today I've got one of the crates from the Dollar Tree, and I was showing you that I took these 5-gallon paint stir sticks and I cut them down to the size of the crates. And then I have these 2 garden stakes that I had got. It was like a 5-pack from the 99-cent only store, and I cut those down. And sorry, I was out of frame, but what I'm doing here is I'm going to glue the crate at the bottom, and I go ahead and cover up the points too. I mean, they're in the back, but I made it to where I could actually either hang this or stand this up. And sorry for my head getting in the way there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, actually I think I cut the 5-gallon paint sticks into like 3 different sections. So there's like 9, I think I only used 6, yeah. Because that's the other pack that I'm using as a spacer. But I only used 6 of them. And I take the 3-pack, because it's still in the plastic, and I use it as a spacer in between each one of the little planks that I put on there. Now, sometimes when I'm crafting, I just kind of forget things, and I was thinking more of like painting this. So I had kind of glued all the wood together, and then I was going to paint it afterwards. But what I forgot was that I was actually going to stain it, and I wasn't going to paint it. And it is actually better to, in my opinion, to stain the wood using the antique wax than painting it first. Wait, okay, I just can't remember what I just said. I don't know if it made sense. But if I paint it, then it's easier to glue it all together and paint it while it's already glued together. But to me, for putting the antique wax on, it's better to put the antique wax on and then glue, because the glue does not adhere to the glue like the paint does. So you'll see, like, in between, it's not much, it's just a little bit where I glued the wood to the stakes, that little bits of the glue that was showing did not actually adhere the wax. And I tried to use a brown furniture marker from the Dollar Tree to put over it, and it didn't work either, but it's okay. I mean, it's not very much, and you can't really see it. So, but now here I'm just cutting a piece of floral foam, and I'm going to actually glue them down. And as you see, I didn't paint the insides or anything, but I did paint the upper lids of the crate, and I did go in the back, and actually I painted all of the back, and I even painted the bottom of the crate, because I wasn't really sure if I was going to give this away or not. So if I gave it away, then I wanted to make sure that it was actually it was all completed. So my second DIY, I'm using these bamboo rings from the Dollar Tree. They're new this year, at least in my store, they're new. And originally I was gonna just use the large one, but I do end up using the small one as well. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of measuring out from one end of my cutting mat to the other end, and then folding it over, and then I'm going to, well, in total I'll make 8 of these of each color. And I do get a gray. You don't see the gray there, but I do have a gray that I'm going to use as well. And then once I have all that cut, then I'm gonna attach those to my ring. So as you see, I just put the loop at the top underneath the ring, and then I thread the long pieces into that loop. And I do that. So what I do 4 colors at a time. And then I do 4 strands of those, each color at a time, and then I move to the next one. So like I said, I have 4 different colors here. Now for the gray though, because the gray is in the middle, I actually just go ahead and do all 8 pieces of the gray like you see there. So I'm actually making some pom-poms, and what I do, I'm struggling here a little bit because I have my little fan going, and it's kind of blowing my yarn away into my fingers. But I looped it around my hand about 30 times, and I'm just tying it off in the middle to make a pom-pom. Now I'm sure everybody has seen how a pom-pom is made, but for those that may not have seen it, I did want to go ahead and actually put this part in it. The only thing that I hate about making pom-poms is the amount of yarn that I waste. So I don't make pom-poms too often, but I thought it would be really cute on here. And I was just, kind of thinking about my granddaughter and thinking this would be really cute for her room. So I went ahead and made the light brown, pink, and the gray on that. And I don't do 4, I just do those 3 colors. Now here, I'm making a tassel. So I do it the same way, but only wrap it around 20 times. And before I take it off, cut another long piece of string and tie the top of it. Now I wanted to leave this long because I'm going to use it to tie it to the small bamboo ring. And then I just take another piece to tie at the top, which I probably should have cut it a little bit longer. That way I could have just had it cut it to the length of the bottom portion, but I cut it off because I knew it wasn't going to be long enough. So anyways, so I go ahead and I cut that in half, and then I trim it up and just make it all nice and even at the end. And as you see, I've already made one in the pink, and I'm just gonna tie a knot on the back of the wood ring because I don't want the knot to be showing. So then I kind of just space that out a little bit, and then what I do is I'm actually going to take another piece of the white yarn, and I'm going to just make a loop and tie the ends off. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the long pieces, and I just wrap it around, and then I cut the excess yarn off by the knot. So I'm going to use that as the hanger, but I'm also going to take some of this yarn and use it to wrap on each side of the little holder, if that's what you want to call it. Anyways, I wrap it around about the same amount of times. I didn't count how many times, just when I went and wrapped the other end, I did try to make sure it was about the same. And I just tacked it, the beginning and the end, with some glue and called it a day. And I think this turned out really cute. I mean, this whole piece was from the Dollar Tree. So I want to tell everybody thank you for stopping by my channel and taking the time to watch my video. If you're coming from the playlist, thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoy the video. For my subscribers, thank you again for returning, and I appreciate everything. And for those of you that are not subscribed, I would appreciate if you would think about subscribing. So for my third and final DIY, I've got these 2 crates from the Dollar Tree, and I took one of those yard stakes. I took a piece off and kind of cut it, and I tried to cut it flush with the crates, but this is to where I can just actually glue them together. So what I'm making is like a little planter for like a corner of your desk or table or something like that. For me, I'm actually going to take this to work because I think it turned out so super cute. Anyways, I actually go back and use my antique wax and do the same method I did with the tall planter. And I do go ahead and get the middle piece, that stake that's holding them together. I do go ahead and glue that as well. I just did not paint the bottom. I actually forgot to paint the bottom. I'd planned on it and I just forgot, and well, I may do it later, but I'm actually keeping this one for myself, and so it won't bother me much. Well, it won't bother me any because I'm not going to see it. But like I said, I do the same process, and I really don't. I've had my antique wax for a long time because I really don't do a lot of the wood look in my house. But I figured since spring was coming up, I'd go ahead and try something new. I typically like to have the basic white and black colors with maybe a pop of color, which for this year is going to be sage green for me. I just absolutely love that color. Anyway, so I just thought I'd do something a little bit different for spring and for the office. But what I do is I actually take they're not tulips. I forget what Dollar Tree calls them. I think they're called crocus from the Dollar Tree, because these were all from the Dollar Tree too. And I've got the white and the pink, and I think those colors are so pretty. But I do actually have some, I think it's called boxwood. I'm reusing that I've used probably for a year or two, but it's the little boxwood from Walmart, and I use that as a filler. So here you can see all of my this is so cute to me, and it wasn't until I actually got to seeing this when I was editing my video that I saw that it was a little crooked. So I'll have to go back and fix that. But look at that. Is that not stinking cute? And that too. Now I didn't cover up the foam, but you can if you want to. I just didn't think I would notice it that much. But again, thank you guys for stopping by, and you guys have a wonderful day.